Right. For the purpose we create this system is to streamline and automate the management of a car rental business. Technology used, we use Java and file handling. So in the system, we have file calculation, search and retrieval, data consistency, and the last one is the fleet management.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, I'm Muhammad Ikram Bima Asran. My metric number is 291666, and today I will present about my projects with car rentals, and I will show you about the abstractions and encapsulation. In this class, abstractions and encapsulations are two important object-oriented programming concepts. They help in design organizing the class structure. For the abstraction, is the process of hiding implementation details of the object and exposing only to the relevant features of behavior to the outside world. In this class, and I will show you, uh, abstraction is achieved through to the use of access modifier and getter to and setter methods. For the instance variables, makes, model, listen plates, rental price per day, rentals hour, fare are they declared as a private. That means they are only accessible with the class and cannot directly and access from outside. And the public getter method for the get Mac, get model, get lesson plate, get rental price per day, get rental hours, get fare provide way to access the value of the private variable from outside in the class and controls manner. There's a method abstract in the internet implementation detail of the class and allow clients to the get required information without knowing an underlying implementation. By using abstraction in the class provide a clear and well-defined interface to the outside world hiding in the internal complexities. For the encapsulations, is a bundling of data methods that operate data with a single unit. It keep the data and the code which they manipulate data together, providing direct access to the data from outside the class. In the class, encapsulation is the achieved through use of a private access modifier and the setter method. The instance variables are declared as private, which they mean they can only be accessed within this class itself. The public setter method, set make, set model, set lesson plate, set rentals price per day, and set enters hours allow to the class control how to internal data is modified. This method enforced by necessary validation or logic before updating the variables. By encapsulating the data ensure that remains is a consistent and any modification to the data can be done through control access point setter method, reducing the rest of the expected bug or issue caused by external interference. In a summary, this class is demonstrated the principle of accession and encapsulation, providing a clear with a well-defined interface to interact with a data while hiding its internal implementation detail and protecting the data from direct external access. Thank you. Okay, so we move to the handling exceptions part. Okay, for the first one, in this code, read data from files method used to try catch block to handle potential exceptions. Okay, for the second one, if file name is not found, a file not found exception will be caught and the application will continue without any interruptions. And for the last one, if data format is invalid, a data format exception will be true indicating the data in the file is not expected what we want. So that's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Wanur Fatana binti Wan Zainuddin. My metric number is 292120. Today, I will explain about how data is read from a file and saved back to it using the read data from file and save data to file method. The save data to file method is responsible for saving the car data from the car array list into a specific file. When called, it's open the file for writing using a buffer writer which provide efficient writing operation to the file. To open the file for writing, the method used is a file writer to create or overwrite the file with specific file name. The buffer writer is then used to write data to the file in a buffer manner. improving efficiency by reducing the number of actual disk write operation. The method iterates through each car object in a car array list using for each loop. For each car, it retrieves its details such as make, model, license plate, rental price per day, and rental hour. For each car, the method assembles the car detail into a comma separate format. Each field is separated by a comma, and the data for each car is written on a new line into the file. This way, each line is the file correspond to a specific car information. After writing all the car details to the file, the buffer writer must be flushed to ensure that all buffer data is written to the file immediately. Flushing is necessary to prevent data loss in case of unexpected program terminate. Finally, the buffer writer is closed using the close method, which releases any system resources associated with it. Next, I will explain about the fare calculation logic. In the car rental manager class, the fare calculation logic is implemented in the calculate fare method. This method takes two parameters as input. Rental price per day, a double representing the rental price per day for the car. Rental hours, an integer represent the number of rental hours for the car. The default calculation implements in this method is quite simple and straightforward. Here, the fare is calculated by multiply the rental price per day with the number of rental hours. For example, if the rental price per day is 50 and the rental duration is 3 days, the fare will be 150.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Umar Hakim bin Abdul Anas and my matrix number is 291590. Alright, today I'm going to demonstrate to Prof. Nick about our project. So our project is named for the car rental management service, and there are three classes of our class in our project. So the first thing first is the car class. The second one is the car rental manager, and the third one is the car rental manager UI. All right, for this is the main of our program. So if I run the main of program, so this car rental manager will come out. See, this is the GUI that I built, that we built. I'm sorry. All right. The first thing first is the car developer, which is the brand of the car, such as the Produa, Kia, Mitsubishi, Proton, and others. So let me put Produa as an example for this test. All right. The car model, which means I think I'm gonna put Asia as a reference. So the third one is a car license plate, and the rental price of our per hours. So this is the rental hours. User must put the rental hours, and there are no minimum limits for our rent car. So they can put whatever hours they want. So for this example, I'm gonna put 10 hours as a subject. All right. For the display, look at the industry, and this is the data that we put previously, and now it has been in the text field. So if I want to search of our car, so click the search button, and this GUI will come out. Enter search keyword, either developer, model, plate, rental price, and hours. This is the choices if user want to, what we call, search the data from the text field. User can put between the data here. So I'm gonna put Asia as a reference. So this is the Asia that has been existed in the text file. So it will list all the ASIA model in the text file. So end of the search, and now I'm gonna go to the update. So if I want to update the data on the text field, so I can click the update button and put the index in between 0 until 3, what data we want to update in the text field. So I think I'm gonna change the index 1. So this UI will pop up and we can change the data wherever what we want. See. All right. So the data has been updated in the text field. So if I want to delete the data, such as I want to delete the index 3, I can put the number 3 to delete. So there are 3 only data left in the in the GUI. But if I want to reset the GUI, I can put the reset button here. I can click the reset button and there are no card available. But if I look at the text field, such as what? Don't worry, it still existed in the data text field. Alright, for the exception handling for our system, I made the exception on the rental price and rent hours. If the user put the string into the rental price and hours, it will pop up the error. So this area will pop up, invalid input for rental price or rental hours. So yeah, this is the exception handling that I put. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you.